So the A's lose again. The A's get swept by the Houston Astros, losing in the final game in a close one by a final score of 5-4. A game the A's should have won. They allowed 4 runs in the 9th inning that ultimately allowed Houston to take the lead and win this ball game. It was a strange game because Houston started off with an amazing start from Justin Verlander. He had a no-hit bid through 6 innings, and eventually the A's did get hits going, and they got a home run from Christian Bethancourt that was really nice, and they really had an opportunity to win. I think a common theme with the A's is they just can't hold on to games that really belong to them. But yeah, anyways, Houston got on the board first in the top of the 3rd inning with an Aledmys Diaz RBI single off Cole Irvin. Obviously, Irvin, he's been up and down this season so far. Last season, I feel like he was pretty good, so we'll see how he does when the season progresses. So he allotted RBI single, was sort of a blooper in the center. That made it 1-0 Houston. And then finally, like I mentioned earlier, Justin Verlander, he had the no-hit bid in the 7th inning through that part of that 7th inning, and Elvis Andrus broke up that no-hit bid with an RBI hit down the left field line, and that made it 1-1. But yeah, it was a very good outing for Verlander. Unfortunate for him. Christian Bethancourt got his first home run of the season, first home run as an A's player. 2-run homer in the bottom of the 7th inning on Verlander, and it was to straightaway center field. It was actually Bethancourt's first homer since 2016, I believe. It's very interesting. But that made it 3-1 A's. Of course, there was a guy on first, and it was hit deep and out of there. So yeah, 3-1. It was, it's like I said, August 26, 2016. It was his first homer, and he wasn't even on the A's back then. Since then, so yeah. In the top of the 9th inning, this is where the Astros really got their rally going. Danny Jimenez on the mound. He obviously has been sort of shaky lately. Really proved that today. So Bregman got an RBI walk. I made it 3-2. Then the A's have Sam Selman on the mound now. Yordan Alvarez gets a go-ahead double. He's been hitting really well against the A's, and that made it 5-3. Now, then finally the A's had a shot in the bottom of the 9th. Elvis Andrus got a second RBI double off Brian Presley. So the A's made it interesting, making it 5-4, but they just couldn't capitalize. And, they probably could have won this game had Bethancourt capitalized as the last batter, but they didn't, and so they lost. So the A's, like I said, get swept by the Astros. They probably should have won this game. They really should have won this game at least, and they probably should have won possibly even other games in this series. But the Astros are just a better team than us, and that's not up for debate. The A's are 5th place in the AL West, of course. The Astros are 1st. That's not going to change probably anytime soon. Both of those things. Looking ahead, the A's will have a 3-game home series against the Boston Red Sox, a team that I feel like isn't the best team, but also they're still pretty decent. So the A's moved to 20-33 after this one. Just a depressing loss. A game that we really should have had. A game that maybe we shouldn't have won considering how many hits we had. We only had 4 hits, opposed to the Astros 11. But the A's had a shot with that home run. I feel like whenever the A's have a home run, they're probably going to win the game because they never get home runs. And so when they do, it's a big deal, and they usually can capitalize off those runs that it produces, especially if it's a multi-RBI homer. But tonight, that was not the case. And so, yeah, shaky pitching outing for the A's, especially Danny Jimenez. And it's a shame that Jimenez didn't have a good game because, like I said, he's been really good this season. But his ERA is just skyrocketing now with these past couple of appearances. And, yeah, the Astros had a very good appearance from Verlander, and Abreu and Presley were pretty solid as well. So, yeah, but yeah, the A's really struggled in this series in general and lost this one 5-4. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on this game. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, go A's.